Hello, I appreciate you taking the time to watch this presentation and be a part of the conversation about the future of our libraries. My name is Sandy Towers, and I'm the director of Williamsburg Regional Library. It's a pleasure to share updates on work that is deeply important to our community. Public libraries matter because they reflect what a community chooses to invest in: access to information, shared spaces, and opportunities for human connection and learning. At WRL, we want to support our community in ways that are thoughtful, collaborative, and responsible, especially when it comes to planning for the future. This update on library building projects is about more than construction. It's about how these projects were shaped by community needs, long-term planning, and careful use of public resources. In this video, I'll share an overview of the two projects: a new library to replace the existing Williamsburg Library, and a third new library at the James City County Government Center. I'll give you a bit of history on how we arrived at this point and some background on the regional library system. You'll also see preliminary building renderings to help visualize what these spaces could become. Just as importantly, we want to hear from you, your ideas, priorities, and the programs and services you'd like to see reflected in these new library buildings. Before we dive deeper into the projects, I'd like to take a moment to revisit WRL's purpose. Our mission is inspiring and nurturing a vibrant community through exceptional library services. That mission guides everything we do, from the materials we collect, to the programs we offer, to the spaces we create for learning, connection, and discovery. WRL is a busy library. In 2025 alone, we welcomed nearly 500,000 visitors into our library buildings and circulated more than 1.2 million items. Those numbers matter because they reflect how heavily these spaces are used and how expectations for library services have evolved. As our population has grown, our buildings are being asked to do more: support larger and more diverse programs, provide technology-rich spaces, accommodate group learning, house evolving collections, and remain accessible and comfortable for all ages. Updating our library buildings is about ensuring that the physical spaces keep pace with how the community is already using them and will continue to use them in the future. WRL was established as a regional system in 1977 when James City County and the City of Williamsburg entered into a formal agreement to provide shared library services. York County later joined as an additional funder. Today, WRL operates under a regional contract for library services that clearly defines roles and responsibilities. This regional approach brings significant benefits. By combining resources, WRL achieves economies of scale, resulting in financial efficiencies and cost savings that would be difficult for individual systems to achieve on their own. Virginia also rewards regional library systems with higher levels of state funding compared to non-regional systems, providing additional value for local investment. Finally, WRL benefits from having one unified Friends of WRL Foundation, with donors and supporters from all three jurisdictions. That shared support strengthens advocacy, fundraising, and community engagement across the entire region. Under the Regional Contract for Library Services, capital building costs are the responsibility of the locality where the building is located. In contrast, system operating costs are shared among the jurisdictions based on circulation usage. Residents of all three jurisdictions can use any WRL facility. You may be wondering why we're undertaking these building projects now. Simply put, our buildings are aging, and how our community uses library space has changed. 21st century libraries require modern, flexible spaces to meet evolving needs, including maker spaces, dedicated areas for seniors and teens, and rooms for meeting and quiet study. These spaces support programming, collaboration, and community use. It has been nearly 30 years since a new library building was added, even as our region's population continues to grow. These projects are about ensuring our library spaces can continue to serve the community effectively, both now and into the future. This slide shows population growth through the lens of library square footage per capita. The State Library Board has established standards for public libraries, which help communities evaluate whether their facilities are keeping pace with population and service demands. WRL meets the gold level state standard in every category except one, square footage. The state benchmark for public library space is 1 square foot per capita, and this graph shows how WRL currently falls below that standard as our population has grown. The yellow line represents the state standard for library square footage. The black line represents actual library square footage. You can see that WRL briefly met the state standard with the addition of the James City County Library on Croker Road in 1996 and additional square footage due to a significant renovation of the Williamsburg Library in 1998. As time goes on, the population of our community grows, WRL falls farther behind the state standard. What this tells us is that our facilities have not expanded at the same pace as the population we serve. As more residents rely on library spaces for programs, technology, and collaboration, the demand for space continues to increase. This slide shows a map of active library card holders by jurisdiction across the region. Each dot represents a resident with an active WRL card, defined as a card that has been used within the last 3 years. The colors show where those card holders live. Red dots for James City County, purple for the city of Williamsburg, and blue for York County. What's important to notice is not just the density of dots in any one area, but how widely they're distributed across the entire region. This map illustrates that WRL truly functions as a regional system. This slide shows the floor plan of the existing Williamsburg Library building, which reflects more than 50 years of growth and change. The original building, constructed in 1973 and shown in yellow, was designed to meet the needs of a much smaller community and a very different model of library service. As demand increased, the building was expanded in phases. The first major addition in 1982, shown in peach, included the theater and the children's wing, responding to a growing interest in cultural events programming and youth services. A second significant renovation in 1998, shown in green, added the circulation lobby and expanded the adult services area, allowing the library to better accommodate increased use and a broader collection. While these additions helped the building adapt over time, they also resulted in a facility that was built in pieces across different eras, each with its own assumptions about space, technology, and accessibility. This floor plan helps illustrate why, after decades of strong use and incremental change, we're now planning a new library building which will better serve the community for years to come. This slide provides some background on how the library projects evolved. In 2007, the WRL Board of Trustees hired an independent consulting firm to assess the two existing library facilities and evaluate the need for a third location. That study concluded that a third library was needed to support the library's strategic direction as the region's population continued to grow. Based on that recommendation, WRL submitted a Capital Improvement Plan, or CIP, request to James City County for third libraries in the years that followed. That request was later deferred during the 2008 recession, but it was renewed in 2017 and has remained a part of the county CIP since that time. The original request envisioned a 40,000 square foot stand-alone library. Also in 2017, WRL submitted a CIP request to the City of Williamsburg for a new library building to replace the current Williamsburg Library. In May of 2024, the City of Williamsburg released a request for proposals for a replacement Williamsburg Library. In March of 2025, James City County Board of Supervisors approved schematic drawings for a library addition to the James City County Consolidated Government Center on Long Hill Road. This alternative approach, a smaller library addition integrated into the planned government center, works because the library will have access to over 8,000 square feet of shared meeting space in the government center. Therefore, the overall library square footage can be reduced without impacting programs or services, making efficient use of shared facilities and public resources. An important part of planning these building projects has been gathering community input. One of the primary ways we did that was through open house sessions. For the proposed new Williamsburg Library, we held 2 open house sessions in May of 2025. At those sessions, participants were invited to share input on a range of topics, including the placement of the building on the existing block, parking options, exterior design preferences, and programming priorities. In total, 250 people attended the open houses, and an additional 850 people provided feedback through surveys. This input was used to refine the design of the Williamsburg Library. We also held 2 open house sessions in July 2025 for the proposed James City County Government Center Library. These sessions focused specifically on the types of programs and services people would like to see in that location. Over 120 people attended and 330 surveys were completed. This level of participation reflects strong community interest and support and has helped ensure that the planning process is informed by community needs, use, and priorities. With these building projects, WRL will become a 3-branch library system. All 3 WRL locations will be full-service libraries, offering similar core collections, programs, and services to ensure equitable access throughout the region. In addition to core library collections, programs, and services, each location will have a unique identity. The next 4 slides will focus on the Williamsburg Library project. On December 11, 2025, the Williamsburg City Council authorized Horrigan Construction to proceed with 35% schematic design for the proposed new Williamsburg Library on the current block. This 50,000 square foot library includes a 10,000 square foot theater and will replace the existing Williamsburg Library building. The Williamsburg Library will serve as the central library and house administrative offices. Its unique focus will be arts and culture, featuring exhibits, movies, and musical performances. It will also feature a dedicated senior space and additional meeting rooms and quiet study spaces. This slide shows the proposed site design for the Williamsburg Library. For orientation, Scotland Street is on the right-hand side of the screen. Lafayette Street is on the left. Number 1 shows the 2-story portion of the building built on the site of the old Williamsburg Police Station. Number 2 shows the position of the theater, which is connected to the library portion of the building. Number 3 shows the position of the new parking lot, which is on the site of the current Williamsburg Library building. Number 4 shows Stryker Center, which will remain. This configuration increases the number of parking spaces from 88 to 155. By constructing the parking lot last, the current library will be operational during most of the construction period. Design work is ongoing. In early summer, Horrigan Construction plans to present a guaranteed maximum price to Williamsburg City Council. At that point, City Council will determine next steps. The next 4 slides are about the James City County Government Center Library. In March 2025, the James City County Board of Supervisors authorized schematic design for a 25,000 square foot library addition at the James City County Consolidated Government Center on Long Hill Road. The unique focus of the James City County Government Center Library will be creativity and technology, including a makerspace with advanced 3D printing and other equipment, a recording studio, textile arts, robotics, and more. This library will share meeting room spaces with the Government Center. This slide shows the site concept for the James City County Government Center Library. To orient you, Long Hill Road is at the top of the screen. Depew Drive is at the bottom. James City County broke ground on the new Consolidated Government Center on November 12, 2025. On this site plan, James City County government offices are shown as number 1. Number 2 shows the location of the Board of Supervisors wing. The library is shown as number 3. Number 4 is the current James City County Recreation Center. This slide shows the exterior concept for the Government Center Library. Site work is underway. If the project continues to follow the current schedule, the library is expected to open mid-2028. The next 2 slides show the existing James City County Library on Kroger Road. This library was built in 1996 and is 35,000 square feet. The James City County Library on Kroger Road will remain a family-centered destination designed for exploration and play. This library features a teen room, the highly popular Kiwanis Kids Idea Studio, and a natural playground, which will open in April of 2026. At the February 4th information session, participants shared their input using round stickers and Post-it notes. If you are watching this online, I invite you to complete an online survey that mirrors those posters. You can find a link to the survey and additional information about these building projects on our website at the address printed on the screen, WRL.org. The QR code on the screen will take you directly to the building's project page. If you haven't already signed up for the building project email updates, you can do so there. The survey will be open until February 20th. My contact information is on the screen. Please feel free to reach out with any questions or comments you have. On behalf of Williamsburg Regional Library, thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. We truly value your perspectives, and your input is a key part of shaping the programs and services these new facilities will provide.